Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid preview. This is the preview to Real Madrid versus Girona. The title decider, in a sense. Of course, there are still going to be, 14 games after this game to play for, so it's not necessarily deciding in a sense that if Girona win, it's not decided. I think that if Real Madrid win, 5 points clear. Is it decided? Well, you never know because Girona have been playing at a very, very, very good level for the entirety of the season, you know, and you can never count them out. And Real Madrid sometimes just are very vulnerable and shaky. So I wouldn't say it's a decider, as in no one is gonna win the La Liga trophy based on this game. But this game determines really on whether Girona can regain the top spot or will Real Madrid pull further away. And I think that Real Madrid are favourites going into this game, are favourites to win La Liga. But it's down to whether Girona can upset, can shock everyone. And I think that is the moral of the story of the game and moral of the story of this fixture heading into this game. Of course, the last time we played them, right, and Girona's only defeat this entire season was to Real Madrid. They've beaten um, Barcelona, they've beaten Atletico Madrid, but they've failed to beat Real Madrid. And the funny thing is that Girona have beaten Atletico and lost to Real, but Real have beaten Girona and lost to Atletico as well. So this is really, really, really confusing in terms of how football works, but it's what it is. The table, we'll get into it in a second, but this game really is very, very important, especially if you're a Girona fan. You want to be able to, um, you know, get yourself back in it because obviously they're currently 2 points off. It could have been four if Real Madrid actually did what they should have done against Atletico Madrid. Which, look, that game, as I said in the review, look, it's what it is. So be it. The last 5 games between Real Madrid and Girona, this is a fun fact. Real Madrid have won 2 of 5. They've drawn 1 and they've lost 2. Last time out away at Girona, um, Real Madrid won 3-0. You remember that. Last season at Girona, Girona won 4-2, of course. But let's talk about the home games because last season at home, Real Madrid drew 1-1 with Girona. And then obviously they recently got promoted last season. So you have to go all the way back to 2019 when Real Madrid were playing Girona at the Santiago Bernabeu and lost 2-1. And then you go back again, 2019, Copa del Rey away at Girona, Real Madrid won 3-1. It doesn't really matter. Funny thing is that game between Girona and Real Madrid in 2019, Pedro Porro was the scorer for Girona. They had Douglas Luiz in their team. That is very, very, very interesting. They had Bono on the bench. Wow, that team was interesting. And Real Madrid had Marcus Llorente scoring for us. And fun fact, he scored against us in the Madrid derby. I mean, 2019 feels like a long time ago. It's only been, 5 years since that game? And 5 years does change a lot, doesn't it? Anyways, I'm getting carried away. Let's talk about Girona this season because they have been the best team in the league except for Real Madrid. Second best, really. Look, we'll talk about their last away games. They went away to Celta Vigo and won. They went away to Almeria and drew. They went away to Real Betis and drew. They went away to Barcelona and won. So this is a side that are capable of winning or even getting a point. away from home, especially against the bigger sides. It seems that they have the ability to get massive points, but they have good players. You have to be obviously respectful to them. Um, if I'm not wrong as well, Yangel Herrera and Daley Blind are both suspended for this game. If I'm not wrong, they've still got massively good talent. Savio has been playing so good. Duvbeck, I thought, has been one of the best players in the league this season. Eric Garcia has really found his form. Jan Kutu, I heard Real Madrid were linked with him. Christian Stuani, always a decent striker. Pablo Torre, um, a decent midfielder. Tizankov, good little winger. Alex Garcia, one of the best midfielders in Europe this season. Miguel Gutierrez, ex-Real Madrid. Gazaniga, Porto. They've got many other players as well. Anau Martinez, Ivan Martin, Juan Solis, David Lopez, Valery Fernandez, Borja Garcia. This is a team that, and of course, Tony Fridas, who can remember, ex-Real Madrid keeper as well, right? Of course, he doesn't really play for them at all, but he's just there. But this is a very good side, capable of winning games, and that's why they have been, second and the best team in the league for a period of time, and then now the best team in the league behind Real Madrid, which means they're second best in the league. The rise, Mitchell has gotten them playing a style of play, and if you look at how they've been playing, it's been really good. You go back to their last game against Real Sociedad, of course, in which they drew 0-0, but again, they've been playing really well, and if I'm not wrong, Daley Blind and Yangel Herrera both picked up yellow cards in that game, so I do think they will get suspensions, which is a big of a boost for Real Madrid. As for Real Madrid, look, Atletico Madrid at home is our last home game, so back-to-back home games is going to be good. Played well, I would say. Brahim Diaz as well. But, yep. And then before that, Almeria at home, controversial. And then all the way before that, Mallorca, narrow win. So, look, times are tough. But my starting 11 would be Lunin in goal. I think that Ancelotti now prefers Lunin over Kepa. We've seen him start the last couple of games. The back four, in a game like this, when you've got a player like Tizankov on the right hand side, and you've got Kutu behind him, I think you need Mendy at left back. I think if Fran Garcia starts and he gets forward, there would be massive gaps left at the back for Nacho to deal with. So I would start Mendy. I would, obviously, if we need something in the second half, if we need a goal, I will bring on Fran Garcia. I will throw him on straight away. Because when you're in need of a goal, it means that you're losing the game or you're drawing the game. And when that happens, the opponent tends to sit back and defend to protect their lead or their goal or their point or whatever, right? Then you can exploit them by bringing on a player like Fran Garcia. But in a game to start, you have to start Mendy here. For me, I've gone Carvajal. I know Lucas Vazquez has been playing and has played pretty well in the last two games, but I would start Carvajal. Again, similarly, Lucas Vazquez is a wing back. He's not a full back. Defensively, he's able to get caught up, and that is the problem here. I would not want that to happen. Centre backs, Tchouaméni back from suspension. I would start him at centre back over Carvajal at centre back and Vazquez at right back, or over Mendy at centre back and Fran Garcia at left back. That would have worked against Atletico, but for me, no. Tchouaméni has to come back. Obviously, scored his first Real Madrid goal against Girona in a reverse fixture, if you guys forgot. And Nacho at centre back as well because there's no one else. Rudiger, I think, is still a dub. Alaba, Militao, we know from months ago, so realistically, you don't have an option. Midfield, Camavinga starts this game for me. In the 6, I will bring Modric back in. You could play Cruz, maybe, but he did play against Atletico Madrid, and Modric played against Getafe, so Modric had more rest. So I would alternate between the two of them. And I don't want any Dani Ceballos, man. Like, this is so anticlimactic. Do not start Dani Ceballos, please. And Fede Valverde has to start. Midfield, as the 10, Jude Bellingham, we know. I know that he hasn't scored or assisted in the last couple of games, but look, he's still a key player to this team. He's a player who works hard on the pitch. He's a leader. He may not be the captain, but he's the leader. You need a player like that. And the front two, I've got Rodrigo and Joselu, right? I think that Girona are going to be physical. And you look at the team that they have, if I can get it up, just a second. But of course, Daley Blind is not a physical player, but he's not even starting this game, right? Eric Garcia, is going to be physical. David Lopez is going to be physical. So, David Lopez is 1.8 meter, right? I don't know how much that is in food. And Eric Garcia is also 1.8 meter tall. So, I would start Joselu over Brahim. Of course, Vinicius Jr. might be on the bench. Of course, apparently he picked up a bit of a knock or injury or something that isn't that serious. But of course, that might mean that he's not available. So, yep, that is that. And I would, like I said, start Joselu over Brahim. I know Brahim played really well against Atletico Madrid. But again, I could see Ancelotti start Brahim and Rodrigo up top. That is a possibility. But I'm just saying to add a bit of physicality. And Joselu has been playing well, of course, against Getafe. 2 goals for him. And physical, like I said, tall, number 9, a target man. But again, it could be Brahim and Joselu comes on when we need a goal. But it works both ways. Score prediction for me. Look, this is tough to predict, right? Because I want to say Real Madrid win because I'm biased. But deep down, a part of me sees a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. Deep down, I could see that. But I have to go with Real Madrid here. And I'm going to say 3-1 again. I do think, of course, we won 3-0 the other game. We played against them earlier on this season. But I'm going to say 3-1 again, like I did for Atletico Madrid. I see goals. Girona are going to score. I do think so. When Almeria came, they scored 2 goals in the first half. So I do see Girona scoring. But Real Madrid have to win this. I mean, not necessarily have, but they will want to win this in a sense. So, of course, if you lose this game, you're a point behind Girona. So realistically, you don't want to lose this. But yeah, I do think Real Madrid will go out there and show that they are probably the quality champions. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel on already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.